What's up, everyone? It's me again, and we're here with part 4 of my FDNY Marauder II engine. Let's see how this one's going. Oh, hey, this is almost done. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, where we left off last time, we were getting ready to do these final cuts. So I got everything pretty much ready to go. Everything's almost ready to be cut. One thing we're going to do though before we do anything is copy all of this. That way if something goes wrong, which it's bound to do because hashtag 3DSMax for the win, right guys? Um, in case something does go wrong, we have backups. That's like the key word here when it comes to... Oh man, yawning again. When it comes to making models in 3ds Max, always make backups. Those will save your life. Uh, I'm just gonna look up engine pictures now. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing any frames. Nah, that's just one window, so we don't have to worry about that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Alrighty, so we're about ready to make our cuts, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at a prototype picture, and I'm gonna basically look at the model, and I'm gonna go through it, and I'm gonna decide whether or not anything needs to be cut out. And by the looks of it, I think what we are gonna end up cutting is this little section here where the bumper goes into the actual body. So let's see if we can find any good side photos. That way we can just kind of see how that rides, because that'll give us a better idea of what we need to do. So from this photo we can tell that it rides slightly below the bottom of the cab door. So we're going to get ready to actually make that cut there, and we're going to make it slightly larger than where the bumper's actually resting. And that is just to make sure that we get the proper effect we want. Nothing too difficult about that. It's the fact that 3ds Max never wants to work. You're better off learning Blender. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm still trying to figure out mapping and baking textures. And I think my best bet is to import the model over to... what's it called? Hold on real quick. Control A, unhide all. We're going to grab the bumper, and then we're going to hide unselect. But I think what we're trying to figure out at this point is porting it over to Blender and then just doing the baking from there. Is that gonna work better or for worse, right guys? Yeah, I know. Never do that again. Got it. So still working on figuring all of that mess out. But once I do, I'll have a better idea of what I want to do with this and how far I want to go. So let's close that. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make it slightly go past the bumper there on that end. And then I'm just going to raise it up ever so slightly like that. And then I'm going to edit this as a poly. And the way I do this, I like doing the editable poly. This is going to be a common occurrence, guys. Just deal with it. I'm going to say editable, and you're going to have to like it. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But when it comes to making chamfers, for me, I prefer just using editable poly, because it seems a lot better for me, and this is just me. Everybody has their own techniques, and one thing you have to realize, and I mentioned this earlier, that everybody has different techniques, and it's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. It ain't stupid if it works. You'll learn that real quickly. But as for this, I'm gonna look around again, because what we don't want happening is to have to make another cut on the model that could jeopardize the integrity. And when I say that, there's an issue in 3DSMax where if you do too many cuts or pro-booleans or whatever, what'll end up happening to your model is that it will it'll basically disappear. Parts will disappear and it won't look quite right. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're doing this. So try and get everything done in one go if at all possible, because that will save you a load of fun when it actually comes to making those cuts. Because say you make a cut and the model disappears, you basically have to start over to get that new cut in. And that's annoying. So try and get everything done in one go if at all possible. Which is what I'm trying to attempt to do here. So to do this, I'm just going to simply look around. And we're going to look at normal pictures and we're just going to see, hey, is this right? Is this right? Does this look right? And what you're going to have to understand about the model I'm making, it's like a collaboration. It's like every FDNY unit that I find, I'm going to kind of just look at it, and then I'm probably going to add something to my model. So my model is like engine 24, engine 74, engine all of them, I guess. As for the lights on it, I am going to use these LED ones. I'm not a big fan of the whirly-doos that the FDNY uses, especially on their police cars. Those, they just don't strike my fancy, and that's just me. I mean, if you have a different opinion, that's alright. It's so cool. It's all good. I mean, we're allowed to have our own opinions about things. It's life. But for me, it's just like, I don't like those. I like these LED ones a lot better. And then there's like these older ones, like this one. I absolutely hate those lights. They're terrible. Again, that's just my opinion though. So my opinion differs from everyone else's, and that's okay. I hope. Anyways, this is what I mean. Getting off topic again. So this is just me rambling on, and I'm just looking at pictures and deciding, alright, what else needs to be cut out of this thing? Because if I can get away with all the cuts that I already have, then great. But if I need to make more, it's better to get them done now than later. And I'm sorry, I'm tired if I yawn a lot, so sorries. Alrighty, let's see what we have here. Yeah, I think we're about good on those cuts, and let's just look over our drawings here and see what they have to say about this whole get up. Alright, I think we're looking good now. Alright, this is where progress actually starts to happen, guys. Ah, jeez. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come here, we're going to select all this fun stuff. We're going to clone it, put our poly count up a couple thousand, and we're going to move it off to the side. That way, anything goes wrong here, all we have to do is move it back. You see how that works? Then we can also use it to copy the parts, so that's also another plus side of this. Now one thing I'm going to do on one of these at least is turn on edge faces, because I'm going to go through and I'm going to attach everything That way we just get it out in one go. Actually, I want to test something. And I'm not sure how this is going to work, but let's see. Start picking stuff. Alrighty. There you go. Progress! Look at that! We have made substantial progress. Would you look at that? Just look at it! Yeah. Oh boy. Now one thing I'm trying to think, and I'm gonna go look at another picture about this. I'll see if I need to make this distance a little bit thicker. Nah, we're good. We are good. So this is now our benchmark point. So we're gonna save that, make sure nothing bad happens. Now, what I'm going to do is you can do like a little bit of editing, I guess, on certain parts. Not sure how that'll work though. It might end up being that I want to make these a little bit deeper. Just ever so slightly though. And then just kind of see how that goes for us. I'm going to turn off edge faces just to see how that works. And then I'm going to actually reselect those. I want to see where that point is, where they start actually popping through. You know what might actually help is if we hide that selection. And we look at it from the front here. Alrighty. Yeah, that's looking real nice though, I think, in my opinion. I think it's looking real good. Yeah, so we'll just make it about as thick as we can there. And then what we can do, just to make sure everything looks proper, we're going to do a quick render here. And this actually lets you kind of see how everything comes together in the end. So this is going to tell me, do I have any glitches from what I just did? And if I do, what were those glitches? And then I'll be able to fix them. So, let's see what we have here. Alright, model looks good, looks solid. Um, yeah, that's what we want, guys. That's what we want. So we're gonna go back to the other side and we're just gonna make those indents a little bit prominent, I guess. It's kind of our goal, is just make things look remotely right. That way. Alright, there's our progress, and we're at 16 minutes, guys, so, lots happened in 16 minutes. So, we're just gonna unhide all now, and we're gonna see how the model is being composed of now. Since we're so far along, I think a render of progress is overdue. So this is basically what you do, I gotta go through all this and hide it all, that way it's not poking out or anything. So I'm just gonna hide my selection here. And then I gotta blow people's minds, so, day in the life. And we'll get a render up. Now this render is going to take some time. There's a lot for the CPU to go through and render out. So just bear with it for a little bit. It'll be done soon. It'll be over soon. Yep. Yeah, it'll take a while. You can actually take a look at the progress of the render happening right now. And this is just giving you an idea of like where it is, what it's processing, and this is why, it takes a while. Because in spots where you have lots of curved edges, lots of everything, it's definitely gonna be you're gonna have a hard time, especially with a lower end computer. I have a little bit higher end computer than a lot of people do, so it's not big of an issue to me. So I have that pretty much covered on my end. So let's see here. Got a comment. Thank you, Amtrak Superfan, for the comment there. Really appreciate it. Alright, now let's see. And let's figure out this. The front grille. Should I have made that larger? That's the question. I don't think so, because I think those the rims around it are going to be pretty thick as they are. I'm not 100% sure at this very moment here how that's going to go down. Um, and when we go to do the interior, we'll end up using the line tool to make the inside. And it's going to be pretty basic. We don't want it to be too intense, high polygon interior. Just want it to be simple. Yeah, it looks real nice now. All we need to do to it is get those pumps going now. So I think at this point it's safe to end this part here. Probably take a break now because I've been at it for a while. See what else I can get done. You know, see what we got here. So, as I'll be uploading this very shortly, so hope to see you soon.